All right, welcome back, everybody. Time now for better food. Kids are notorious for being picky eaters, which can make mealtime a little difficult, but we're getting some help today.
Yep, it's Molly Birnbaum. She's editor-in-chief of America's Test Kitchen, and she's showing us a few recipes that are perfect for the little ones.
How are we so blessed with your presence? This is really incredible here. Editor-in-chief.
Very happy to be here.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to have you. And this is specifically for kids.
Yeah, we launched America's Test Kitchen Kids about a year ago with a line of books and a website, and we have a new subscription box program. And we're here today to talk about one of our cookbooks, which is the Complete Baby and Toddler Cookbook.
Which is wonderful. I mean, I'm not a parent, but if I am a parent, I want the book I want the Bible to show me how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to do this book because there are so many opinions out there of how to feed your kids and how to do it right. And I really feel like there are so many different ways to do it right. So we wanted to offer a judgment-free book with just super tasty, foolproof recipes to feed your family.
Awesome.
And these are things probably kids can even help with making this.
We have a whole chapter on cooking with your toddler.
Yeah.
It gets very messy. But it's very fun. And today we're going to talk about family meals, which I think is a big problem for a lot of people with young kids, because you have kids of different ages. Some are pickier than others. You have to, I mean, you don't want to be a short order cook making 3 dinners for your family every night. So we tried to make recipes that are super flexible for different numbers of people, and always adding an element of control so that you can pick what you have for dinner within the realm of what we're making.
This is awesome.
It's like we've got some baked potatoes coming
up. Like a baked potato bar, exactly.
Some of the most beautiful baked potatoes I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this is really remarkable. And it doesn't take long. You bake a potato, right?
Right. So what we do is we actually dip these potatoes in a little bit of salt water so they get seasoned, which is the secret to the perfect baked potatoes, and bake those for an hour. And while they're baking, we make the toppings. So if you want to help, we're going to make a pan-seared broccoli topping. So I have a little bit of oil heating up in here, and we're just going to put the broccoli
just in the oil.
Straight in there.
I
mix it around a little bit, and then we leave it. And don't touch it anymore for another couple minutes so it gets nice and browned on the bottom.
Paul's a pretty wonderful cook.
I do like to go. I was telling Molly that I'm a fan of America's Test Kitchen, so it's like I'm a little bit starstruck coming in here, and I'm cooking with America's Test Kitchen. So we're browning the broccoli, get a little char.
Yeah, we're browning the broccoli. It's going to be there for about a minute before we add a little water and put a lid on top so we steam it so it gets nice and crisp tender.
And you're just using the florets?
Just the florets, cut into half-inch pieces. So they'll cook pretty quickly. You want these things to move fast when you have a lot of kids running around in the kitchen.
And that's some good chopping there, too. That's it takes a while to chop it up like that.
It's fun to have kids help you break off the stalks, get involved however you can while you're cooking. It really makes them engaged in the eating experience, too, which is really important.
Cool. Is this the water that we add in now? Is it? No, that's oil.
No, the water's right there. You can add in some water.
And we'll cover it up so it'll steam.
Cover it up.
The book is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a picture for every recipe. It starts with baby purees.
I know. I mean, look at these beautiful illustrations. I mean, pictures and just really wonderful. It's a gorgeous book.
How long did it take to develop this?
We're in the kitchen on books like these. So these recipes, there's 125 of them developed by the test cooks at America's Test Kitchen Kids. And we did this alongside a pediatric dietitian. We're in the kitchen for about 6 months on all of the books that we create. And it takes a little bit longer to go to press. But for this one, we started with baby purees and finger food. So however you want to start your child on their eating adventure, there's options for you here.
I love this part about why this recipe works for each one of the recipes.
Exactly, yeah. At America's Test Kitchen, we really want to explain why things work. All of our recipes are foolproof, and it's because they've been tested time and time and time again.
I always use your method for hard-boiling eggs because they are foolproof. Yes,
it is. It's very foolproof.
Well, share. What is it?
You start them in cold water. You bring it to a boil. You cover it, turn it off, and leave them in 10 minutes. Then you put them in ice water for 5 minutes, and they're done. And they always come out perfectly. There's no green around the edge of the yolk, and it's a simplified version of what it is, but it's actually pretty simple to boil.
Exactly. We perfect the simple things, which I think is so important, especially when you have kids running around your house and your legs. And the book also moves into foods for toddlers too, so things that are healthy but fun that you can get them to help you cook, like tiny carrot muffins right there.
That is so awesome.
And what is a puree?
These are our baby food purees. That's what we start the book with.
Can I try that?
Of course.
It's mango pea. I'm sort of curious as to what that tastes like too. All right, I will try the mango pea. It's supposedly delicious.
Open up your mouth. Here comes the train. Here comes the choo-choo. There we go. Any good?
Oh.
It's surprisingly delicious. Mango
That's
and pea
really
is not
good.
something that you would think would go together, but it
No.
really does.
It's not too sweet and it's not too vegetable-y.
Just like a protein shake.
Yeah,
Yeah, for babies. It's
That's
perfect.
delicious.
That's awesome.
And you just steam frozen peas and then add raw mango and blend it all up. So it's super simple to
I
make.
thought you said add rum. It's like rum. Okay.
not
quite for this
not
age
quite for
group.
this recipe, not quite for this edition.
Are we ready
Yes,
to
I
put some
think
more
we're
stuff in
ready
there?
here.
Okay.
You take this off, and you can add the butter.
We only have about a minute, so.
Okay, so
All right.
2 tablespoons of butter, shallots, and garlic.
I love shallots.
And we're going to let that cook. And we can move over here and talk about the toppings. So the
Okay.
genius of this baked potato bar is that everyone can make their potatoes exactly the way they want to.
Awesome.
So if you have picky people, if you have people with different tastes, doesn't matter. You can have really fun putting all the toppings on the table and picking whatever you want. So we
Weird.
have some dressed ones here, but we have salsa, black beans, scallions. This is a homemade chorizo. The recipe's in the book
is this
as well.
what we're making right
That's
now?
what we're making right now. This broccoli,
Isn't that beautiful?
sour cream, shredded cheese, bacon. You can do whatever you want. It's a great way to let your kids really get creative
It's terrific.
at the table.
I love it. And then you just dress them up and they're ready to eat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if they're picky, they can leave off what they don't like.
Exactly.
Like, I don't like cheese. I wouldn't put any cheese on.
Yeah, everyone's
Oh.
potatoes look very different at the end.
Which is fun because everybody, you can have an individualized meal, which is terrific.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We so appreciate you being with us. Paul, continue cooking because that's our dinner.
You're going to find more kid-friendly recipes and cooking tips online at americaskitchen.com/kids.